So if you're thinking about buying yourself a red light therapy device, then you're probably someone who's either considered or is currently using supplements. So in this video, we're going to be comparing the benefits to both of them and whether or not, one is going to give you more value from your money or where you're going to get the most benefits. What's up guys, it's Nick Coetzee here and welcome to the Mitochondria YouTube channel. On this channel you're going to find content all around light, circadian rhythms and how you can optimize these things in order to live your best life. If you haven't already done so, then make sure that you hit both the subscribe and the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our future content. So for today's video, I'm going to basically discuss 3 points comparing supplements, and this is going to be broad. We're talking about things like reishi, chaga, creatine, any kind of supplement, especially in a pill or powder that you can think of. As a broad comparison, I'm going to be comparing those versus red light therapy. So the very first point that we're going to be discussing is the amount of evidence or research behind them. And when it comes down to clinical research, red light therapy really outshines supplements. 95% of supplements actually don't have any clinical evidence behind them. There's a handful that do. Things like creatine has some clinical evidence behind it, as well as things like magnesium. They do have some research that has shown, in specific studies where they've had a control group and a treatment group where they've seen differences, using these supplements. But for most of the other ones, there isn't a lot of clinical evidence to show the benefits with them. Now, with red light therapy, it's a completely different case. We have thousands of studies that show a wide range of benefits with red light therapy. So when it comes to spending your money, if you're thinking, where am I almost more guaranteed to get results and benefits? Well, according to the scientific literature and what we see in the clinical research, red light therapy really does outshine supplements. The second point we're going to be talking about, and this is a really fun and interesting one, and that's going to be the mechanism of how these things work. So with supplements, it's hard for me to really pin down and say, what is the exact mechanism of one supplement, but oftentimes it is some kind of pathway that's, in the human body that you're trying to upregulate, and it's often based on theory. And again, that comes back to the previous point where a lot of supplements in theory, you can look at a certain formula or a certain chemical reaction that happens within the body, and you think, okay, if I, take a whole bunch more of this supplement, then that means it's going to upregulate that process to the end, and that's not always the case. What's really cool with red light therapy is we're not creating some kind of new pathway or something that's, the human body has never had. Essentially what we're doing is we're just reconnecting the human body with its natural light environment. With red light therapy, we're taking red and near-infrared light, which is the exact type of light that you would be getting from sunlight if you were outside and getting enough natural light exposure. So it's the most dominant type of light that you would get from the sun, and that is exactly why your cells are literally starving of this red and infrared light. And the mechanism that we're connecting to is just, again, back to that primal instinct where your cells have learned that because we get exposed to so much red and near-infrared light in nature, that is the type of light that we're going to be using in order to make energy within our cells. So with red light therapy, we're just coming back to, what should we be doing? Because most of us are living inside too much. We're not getting outside, we're working indoors, or, we're not performing any kind of activities outside. So red light therapy is essentially just bringing you one step closer to your natural light environment, and the mechanism is completely natural. It's not some, theoretical pathway that we're trying to tap into. The third and final point, and this is a really interesting one to talk about, and that is price point. So with most supplements, if you start, building out a regime, I know when I started with supplements, I would start with like a reishi, and I slowly built that up. There was creatine that got in there, and I had a whole list of different supplements that I was taking. I was probably spending about $30 or $40 a month, probably a little bit more actually, every single month on those supplements. Now, let's just, for the sake of this conversation, say that you get the exact same benefits from supplements versus red light therapy. You might think that red light therapy is going to be the more expensive choice. But if you work it out, if you've got a really high quality device, so the ones from Mitochondria, they have a 3-year warranty. And if we go for the MyLight MIDI, so that's $799. If you work that out as a price per month, so we're going 3 years and you're paying the once-off fee of $799, electricity is going to be negligible. But if you work that back per month, that works out to around $22 per month. So often it's a lot cheaper than most of the supplements that are on the market. and it's going to be, as we've already discussed, it has a lot more clinical evidence behind it, so you're much more likely to get results with red light therapy. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that if you have the choice, you should completely cut out supplements. There are some of them that do have benefits, and it does make sense in some cases to supplement with certain things because, you're not getting it from your food, or your environment just isn't providing you with that specific supplement. But if you had to choose between the two, if you're on a really tight budget and you knew this is what you could spend over the next while on your health, it would make a lot more sense. It's a lot more cost savvy to get yourself a red light therapy device, the once-off fee, and then going forward, you know that at the flick of a switch, you can tap into all those benefits that are proven with red light therapy, whereas something like supplements, you're going to be spending more money in the long run on it, and you're not going to be as sure, whether or not you're going to get results with the specific supplements that you're using. If you guys have any questions from today's video, then please drop them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the content in today's video, then please make sure to smash the thumbs up button, and then let us know if there's any future content that you would like to see by dropping it in the comment section below. Other than that, I hope that you have a fantastic day further, and we will chat again soon. Cheers.